Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reconstructing my recent 4.82 official Rubik's Cube solve that I got at Reno Spring 2024. So this is my first ever sub 5 and I definitely was not expecting to get an official sub 5 anytime soon, as at the time of making this video I rarely ever get them even at home. So we'll go ahead and get started. So Scramble will be on screen here. And then here's the Scramble. So a lot of you probably know I am a green cross solver, so that's what I chose to do here. So first thing I noticed were these two cross edges solved relative to each other, which is pretty nice. And then the other two cross edges are right here. So this is a pretty straightforward cross. And I also saw this F2L pair, which will not be disturbed at all when I do the cross, which is what I was going to do. However, at the last second, I saw this F2L pair, which would actually become a free pair if I did that one first. And so I changed plans and decided to do this one and just track this one right here. So I was sort of able to predict the first two pairs somewhat, which is what I normally can't do at all. Usually I can only predict maximum one pair. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and do the cross from this angle. So the cross went D prime, R2, F, D prime, just like that. And then this is the free pair I was talking about, so I'm going to go ahead and insert it while looking ahead to this one. And I'm going to rotate this way so that I put these solved pairs into the back to make look ahead easier. So I'll go ahead and solve this pair right here. Then the next pair I saw was this one right here, and the other pair right here is this one, which is pretty nasty, and this pair was definitely more obvious, so I'll go ahead and do this one. Now, I could have done EO right here, but for whatever reason I decided to just sledgehammer this pair, which it's already set up in this case, so that's what I would do, and I was looking ahead to it. So I'll go ahead and sledgehammer it, and then you just insert it, do a U, and then this is the OLL I get. And because I saw this block, I knew there was a chance that it might skip, but I didn't know for sure, so I went into the OLL. And then it was a PLL skip with no AUF. And if you were to watch the solve, I did the OLL slightly slower to look ahead to PLL, and that's how I was able to sort of look at the side and notice it was going to skip. And that's why it was so fast, because if you had watched my other two 3x3 PR singles, the two previous ones, you would have noticed that both of them had a PL skip with no AUF, but there was a little bit of like a delayed reaction time that might have cost me like sub 5 or something like that, but not this time. So now I'm going to be discussing some alternate solutions that I could have also possibly done, but you'll notice that they don't really have very good results compared to the one that I did. So first one I'm going to do is where I solved this F2L pair as I originally planned. So I can do the cross from this angle, and that will solve this pair, or sorry, it'll solve the cross while not disturbing this pair, and there's no rotation required. So we would go D prime, F2, L, D prime, then I'll go right into this pair, and I might have seen this one, but I don't know if I would have seen it right away, so I'll just go ahead and solve this. So then we have it like this, and we also have this not very nice pair right here. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this one like this. And then looking ahead, I have this pair right here, and what I might have done is actually use this empty slot back here to solve it, because I don't know if I would have seen this edge right here, but if I knew that that was there, I could take it out, and that way when I rotate, it's already oriented correctly. Because otherwise, I might possibly have to do 2 rotations, which is not very good. So I'll go ahead and solve this one using this back slot. And then I'll go ahead and solve this pair right here. I probably would just insert it like this, not insert it like this, which I don't know if it would have bought me much anyway. So we'll go right into this pair right here, pretty straightforward. And then we have this OLL, which is not that great to do. And then an F perm from probably the worst angle possible. So overall that solve would have been a lot less efficient, and the last layer would have been pretty nasty. Another solution I'll show you here is where I solve the first 3 pairs like I normally did, but I do the last one a little bit differently. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So now once we get here, what I probably could have done instead was just do EO, which I could have done like this or done a rotation. But either way, I would then end up with this, where I know this winter variation that I probably would have done, which goes like this. But then, unfortunately, we would have ended up with a V perm, which are not very good at all. So, and that definitely would not have been as fast. And I also mess up V perms quite often anyway. Another alternative solution is solving, again, the last pair in a different way. So we'll go ahead and solve the first three real quick. Oops. Yeah. So the other way I could have also done this one was instead just take it out and then insert it. I could have inserted it like this, which would have gotten me this OLL. Or I could have also inserted it like this. This is probably the way I most likely would have done it, which would have left us with this OLL and then a J perm. And in this case, I think I'd probably rotate so that there would be no AUF. Another alternative solution is again doing the last pair in an alternative way, so we'll go ahead and do that. So in this case it involves taking this pair out, and this time we're going to insert it like this. It'll leave us with this OLL right here, which when you do it will actually also give you a PLL skip, again with no AUF, and some of you might recognize this as the last layer from my previous PR, except mirrored. So those are just a handful of alternative solutions I could have taken in this solve compared to what I did. But as you could probably tell, the solution I took was probably the fastest one, and I think also the most move efficient one. And there's plenty more I didn't go over here, and you can of course try it out yourself if you'd like. So overall, my final thoughts on this. I'm very pleased with this, and I definitely wanted to get a sub 5 at some point, but I definitely didn't think it was going to be happening anytime soon because I don't get sub 5s at home very often. Like, I probably get them maybe like once in a blue moon, to be honest. So I was very happy that I was able to pull off a solve like this in competition. And this is honestly kind of a dream come true because the year I started cubing, the world record was 5.66, so the world record was not even under 5 seconds at the time, and in my early years, I definitely knew that doing it in under 5 seconds was possible with the right scramble, and now just to be able to get one myself feels really good to know that I've like surpassed like what was the world record when I started, plus a few more years after that. And overall, I could not be happier with the solve. I thought the execution was pretty good, and there were no like major pauses or anything like that. It just all flowed really nicely, and I'm very thankful that I was able to do this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you guys think, and have a great day.